Hey friends, Allison here. Welcome back to my channel. I am dropping in to share with you a new pocket page layout. This is a hybrid layout using my Cricut for the most part. I think there's a few other things that I pull in from my stash to complete this layout. But the springboard for telling the story is actually the Good Story Kit from Ellie Edwards. Nope, not the Good Story Kit, the Unexpected Story Kit from Ellie Edwards. I'm still working on the Unexpected Story Kit. I'm waiting for the Good Story Kit to come up, to arrive, which is July's story kit. The Unexpected Story Kit is from June. So even though I didn't use any Ellie Edwards products, like I said, this is a hybrid layout. So I used my Cricut to create this journal card. It is an image that I created with the print and cut function on the Cricut. I sized it to 3x4 inches, so it would fit inside a 3x4 inch pocket. And rather than typing my journaling, I thought that I would write it this time. So I drew out some lines first with a pencil and straight edge ruler, and then I added my journaling with this black pen that I am currently using. When that's done, I will take an eraser just to get rid of the lines that are there. I do think I add lines with my pen afterwards as well, so that mostly covers up the pencil marks that I made. But I do take an eraser just to erase whatever is still showing through. I had planned on adding another icon that I created with the Cricut using the print and cut function. It was just a little potted plant at the bottom of this journal card, but I didn't have enough room for all of the journaling. So rather than putting the potted plant down there, which you'll see in just a little bit here, I'm going to move it to the top of the journal card just to make room for that extra journaling. There were a couple of options here that I could have gone with rather than adding more lines. I could have made a flip up if I wanted to, or a flip out, so that the rest of the journaling could have been added on a separate piece of paper. I didn't want to do that because my album is already getting fairly chunky, which I love. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I didn't want to add any more bulk to my album, particularly to this layout. I just wanted to keep it as flat as possible. So I opted for moving that little potted plant to the top of the journal card. And here you can see my general plan for the direction I want to take this layout in. So there's 3 pictures that I printed. They're all of various flowers and plants that I have gotten and that are still around my house. And then the last pocket is obviously the journaling. I decided to add these tabs to my layout as well. They're going to go in 3 different places around the layout on almost all of the pockets. There's 3 of them, so they'll go on 3 pockets. I'm going to add them to the next to the photos in the layout. I also thought that I would stamp phrases on them as well. So I pulled out a roller stamp that I have in my stash. I actually got that from Paper Issues several years ago, I think. I'll leave them linked in the description box down below so you can go check out Cassie's shop. She's amazing. And I also thought that I would use my Distress Oxide inks to stamp these phrases. I don't use this roller stamp very often, and I thought that I would break it out for this layout and use some of the phrases on it in addition to my roller date stamp. So on this particular tab, I'm adding the date, and it's going to go, I think, on the bottom left here with the vibrant, colorful flowers, which are from Joy, who is the owner of Scrapbook Nerd. She is who I got the Distress Oxide inks from, so I will be sure to link her shop in the description box down below as well. It's Scrapbook Nerd, by the way. It is a Canadian-owned shop, but she does ship internationally. So if you are looking for any kind of goodies, definitely hit up the Scrapbook Nerd shop as well. So I pulled out Saltwater Taffy and Twisted Citron, I think, for the phrases that I'm stamping onto these little tabs. Uh, the one with the twisted citron didn't really work out as well as I had wanted it to. So I go back over it with black ink. The black StazOn was already sitting on my desk, so I grabbed it and stamped over it. I couldn't tell you right now what phrase it was that I stamped, but you'll see it at the end of the video. And then I thought, just to keep things the same, I would stamp the other phrase again in black as well. I felt like they didn't really show up all that well in the colors that I chose, so the black was a good call in the end. But I liked that I had the color there anyways, because it adds just a little bit more color to the tabs. I'd thought about stapling the tabs to each side of the page protector. I didn't want the staples to show through on the other side, which I knew that they would. So in the end, I used my liquid glue. I don't have any red line tape left. I have to stock up on some. So I did not use that here to attach the tabs. I would have if I'd had it, but of course I don't right now. So they're going on the outside of the page protector. They will not fit inside the page protector, of course. So that is why they're going on the outside. And once I have them adhered, I'm going to attach that last print and cut image that I used my Cricut to create. It says, "I'm rootin' for you," and it's going to go smack dab in the center of that page protector, right on the very top. That's it for me, friends. I hope this layout inspired you. I had a lot of fun putting it together, and it was really quick to make. I will be back again soon with more creative inspiration. Bye, friends.